Sometimes we see the big picture. Other times we zoom into smaller worlds, and we can even dive into a single flower and make that flower our entire universe. My universe for this picture will be a single flower. The flower is a dahlia. The composition is very simple, a jagged circle of light pinkish color, surrounded by darker leaves and even darker spaces between the leaves. I'm working on a white gessoed plywood panel. I'm using Casein paint. Casein is similar to gouache, and there's a link in the upper right to a video that goes more into detail about that paint medium in case you're interested. Using the Casein watered down, which makes it drip. But I can be completely sloppy and drippy at this stage because I'm just getting some color down to knock off the white and to give me something to start painting over in opaque paints, because Casein is really an opaque paint. In the early stages, I'm thinking about aspects of the subject that I can't see as much as the things that I can see. For example, I want to know which of the stems slanting up behind the flower connects to the flower I'm painting, and which ones go up to the buds above the flowers. Another important general observation is that the color is intensified between the petals in those spaces deep down, same as in a peony or a rose. The light picks up more and more color as it bounces between the petals and transmits through them. It's tempting to dive into the tiny details at the center of the flower, but I have to step back and look at the big stuff. I'm trying to look for not just to blur my eyes, but to look for the big relationships of where the chroma is, what's in light and what's in shadow. I can't draw every petal of this flower, so I have to sort of paint the characteristic petals and shapes. So here the big shape is the donut or bagel shape, where the top surfaces go up toward light and the bottom surfaces go down toward the shadow. This is lit by direct sunlight. And the small details are the little exceptions where the petals stick out and catch the light. Art teachers will often tell you that painting is about seeing, or it's about learning to see. That's true, but there's more to it than that. It's also about continuously controlling your visual attention so that you see only what you need to see at each stage, and tuning out the rest. For example, I'm aware of how my visual attention is constantly switching between big picture concerns, such as the observation that the tips of leaves and the newer leaves are more yellow-green and the older leaves are more blue-green. From that to more tiny details like the individual veins within the leaves. My inspiration for this kind of visual attention shifting is the bee itself, because scientists have recently learned that bees also switch from one kind of seeing to another as they go about their business. Bees have this remarkable color vision. Researchers have known that they can see some colors that we humans can't see at all. But what's really amazing is that when honeybees are in flight, their color vision switches off and the world appears black and white. But when they approach their target location, the colors come into focus. What I always think when I get to this stage is, where did all this detail come from? I thought I picked a simple subject. But what's good about plein air painting is at some point you've got to end it and varnish it and frame it and put it in the show. This painting will be on show for the month of October at the Stonecrop Artist Invitational in Cold Spring, New York through October 2023. Now notice I've put some varnish on here to give it that oil painting look, and to be able to frame it without glass. I've got a whole video tutorial about painting flowers. Y por cierto, la dahlia es la flora nacional de México, así que me gustaría saludar a todos los que hablan español. So check it out. at Stonecrop Gardens. I want to welcome new viewers, but also thank those of you who already subscribed and follow me on Instagram. And if you like this video, you'll really love this one, which is about how artists see differently from non-artists. And I've got a whole playlist about painting in this unusual paint medium called Casein. And if you live in the US and want a signed book, check out my online store, which has signed books and free shipping.